All right, so now let's dive into our vendors. I personally use a vampire because vendor bloodsucking, ha ha ha. But I listed all the vendors that I ended up needing throughout my process. There might be other vendors that you need, so if you come across any that aren't listed here, you can just create a new page. Maybe you are looking at different churches or things like that. You can do that here and then have the icon and fill that out however you see fit. Of the ones that I used, you can dive in. I would say venue is a big one that took a lot of research, so let's dig into that one first. So in here, you can see that I just clicked on what it said vendor type. That opens up a template that I created for all the vendors. You can feel free to tweak that template as well. I'll show you how to do that. But this is the template that I created, so you can easily use these buttons to create any new tasks, and it'll automatically relate it to this to your venue. So as you're looking at venues, you're going to you can use this button and put venue option 1, and that'll go down into, sorry, let me make this page a full page, and then you'll be able to see, yes, this database. So as you add vendors, venue option 2, you can add them here, and this will help you kind of compare them to each other. So maybe this one, you just got the name from somebody, you haven't looked into it yet. This one, you found it online, you looked at everything that you could find online, they've been reviewed. You can add, a link to their wedding website, to their venue site. If there's, once you have an estimate from them, typically that'll come once they send you package information. You can start to get an idea of how much that picking them might cost, and that's what this field is for. You can add that number in. Are they available on your date? That'll be something, when you reach out and say that you're interested, you can let them know what date, if you have a specific date in mind, or you can at least say what your time frame is and see what dates they have available. So then you can know, are they in or out just based on date availability. You can put the name of whoever you're dealing with, so, that contact at venue 1 might be Sarah, and maybe catering, tables, chairs, alcohol are all included, but this one only has catering included, and it's indoor only. So just to give you some visualization of things that are included. You can also change this list if there's anything, you come across other things that you want to keep track of. You can also remove any of these or tweak them to however you see fit. So now you're going through the process. These are the ones that you're comparing against. Maybe you go over to that wedding template and you're, comparing them here too. I'll show you the statuses here real quick. So the statuses for this are not started and reviewed online. I put reviewed online as not really in progress because just doing a preliminary search online, you haven't started really engaging with the venue yet. Then once you reach out to them and you start requesting information from them, that's when I started the in progress statuses. So, you requested package information, maybe they sent it back and now you're reviewing it. Once you decide maybe you decide that you want to schedule a tour with them, or if it's not, or maybe it's this is the same database that you'll use for all the different vendors, so that's why it's a little mixed languages here, like schedule a tour or an interview. So maybe some places you might go see in person, others you might just do a Zoom call or something to interview the person that you might be hiring. So schedule something with them. This means that you need to schedule it. This blue one is you did schedule it, and then this, you can mark them as a final candidate, like maybe you're doing that side-by-side comparison like I showed you before. You haven't officially decided on who you're going with, but you can at least narrow it down to who are the finalists. And then, maybe you find out that the place is already booked, so you can mark them as already booked. Maybe at any point in this process, you might decide to pass. It's not where you want to get married. You can pass, and then once you've selected one, you can mark it as selected. Whoever you mark as selected, you would then come to the vendor page for that, and you can put their name in here. So I'm going to, those got accidentally added. So this will be blank. You'll come in and you'll say, all right, I decided to go with venue 1. So venue 1 is now my venue, and you'll see if it has this little magnifying glass next to it, that means it's pulling in information from the other card. So in this case, it's the venue card. So because we had put in that the contact there was Sarah Smith, that now shows up here. So you can see that you chose venue option 1, Sarah Smith. If you populated their website in there, that'll show up here too. And then you'll see down here, you can create tasks related to this venue. You can create, this is, as you're vetting venues, you can add them here. And then any notes that you have, like I showed you before, in the other video, there's the notes database. Any notes related to the venue that you want to keep, you can just create a new note, and those will show up down here in the vendor notes section. And then here in the middle that I just scrolled by is all the tasks. So from that original wedding task database that we looked at together, any task that is linked to the venue will show up here. And the same is with every other vendor type. You'll see they all link back to, have a link to their tasks, and you can see which ones for each vendor. So if at any point you're like, this is great, but what do I have left to do for the hairstylist specifically? Oh, okay, this is what I have to do. And the same for any of the vendors. So that is the basics there. The only other thing that I did want to mention as far as the vendors is, the template. So if you want to change that template that I just showed you, you can come in here, you can click this little down arrow, come up here, go to this ... edit, and then here you can change that. Maybe you don't care about notes, maybe you delete wedding notes from the page, then you can also delete it from here. Bada bing bada boom, you can be on your way. Maybe you just want to rearrange the order that these things are in. Maybe you want the notes to be higher up. You can move things around. Feel free to tweak this however you want. This may have I may have been the original creator, but you should make it your own. Make sure that it works for you. You can also move this instructions down to the bottom, make it a little prettier. Yeah, that is the vendor section.